Hey guys, welcome to Abby Talk Sport again. And it's a match, not a match reaction, it's a transfer reaction because it's happened again. It's happened again. Eberechi Eze to Arsenal. Here we go. Yeah. So Eze to Arsenal is not 100% confirmed yet, but is agreed personal terms. Crystal Palace is agreed the transfer fee as well. It's going to be 60 million plus 7.5 in add-ons. I think it's worth that, but that is announced. That this actually feels like the Ozil deal, even though the Ozil was a deadline day deal and there were no rumors. But this actually is up with the Aubameyang deal. I mean, this is not about how it ended. This is about what the deal felt like at that time, right? Aubameyang deal was like that, felt like that. Alexis Sanchez deal felt like that as well. Let me see. Gyökeres deal felt like that as well. I mean, whatever you say about Gyökeres, the deal felt like. I think Gyökeres is still going to do very well for Arsenal. Just one game, 60 minutes, everybody writes him off. I don't think that's how it goes, man. He's new to the team. Let him do his thing. Let him cook. Let the Swedish prince cook. Leave him, okay? Yeah, so yeah, it felt like that deal. I'm thinking of another deal that's felt this good to Arsenal fans. I think this just ranks high, like a player we need, not just a luxury player, not just a player that we just think is available, not just back in the Arsene Wenger days, you would need a DM desperately. Wenger would go on and buy a winger. And it feels like a Wenger signing as well, not in price, because of course Wenger didn't like to spend a lot of money in price. But we during Wenger days we didn't have traditional wingers that way, except we had Walcott. But the Rosicky, the Leb, they were all number 10s, right? Even Nasri, they were all number 10s playing on the flank, versatile players, and this feels like that. If you watch United game, you'd see we lack creativity, right? I don't know where Eze is going to play right now, but I just thought we lacked creativity. The left wing has not worked for a long time. He's not been working for the last 2 seasons. Martinelli is a good runner of the ball, looking down, never looking up, can't really pass the ball, lacks creativity on his own part. Trossard, he can create, he's a good creative player, but doesn't have the pace, has the skills, is steady already, just signed a new deal, awesome. So we need that bit of creativity, right? Maybe in some games you're going to have Declan Rice maybe play as a 6, then you have Eze play as a left 8. Some games you expect Eze to, replace Odegaard, or start over Odegaard, depends on how we see it. Some games I think he will start on the left wing, right? People saying he's not a left winger, but in Crystal Palace, have you checked the team sheets of Crystal Palace? He plays on the left attack. So even though he's a 10, right, but he's able to, he's not the touchline number 10. You can say that, right? He's not a Martinelli that runs to the touchline, right? He's an inside winger, right? Which is what we need. I think Martinelli plays too much on the touchline, just running towards that touchline, that when he gets there, he has 3 players on him, there's nothing much to do, right? And that's where he needs help. But Eze would not run to the flanks. He would run to the box from the left. And that's what we need. It's like you have Saka, staying on the edge of the box while Ben White or Timber is just giving him that run to the left wing, right? If we had like a flying left winger, maybe you have them running through the flanks and, Martinelli coming in like he did in 3 seasons ago where he scored like 15 goals, right? But I mean, Eze is just the perfect guy for Arsenal. I think he would do well at Arsenal. I mean, a boyhood Arsenal fan, used to play for our academy. We let him go at 13 years old. He said, if you watch that video, it was so emotional where he said he was crying. He wanted to quit soccer because, Arsenal released him at that young age. But now, awesome, he's back to Arsenal. I mean, I think the medicals are going to be tonight, like they said. I think there's a tussle right now about him playing for Crystal Palace tonight or not. Then he might be having his medicals after that game. Then he might get registered tomorrow. Should be in the Leeds team sheet. If not, not a big, we should be able to beat Leeds, right? If not, then it will be in the next game. But it's a good business for Arsenal. You need to give it to Berta, man. People already saying, you signed everybody. We need a left winger. Some people went as bad as saying The transfer window was a 6 or 5 over 10 after signing 6 players at that time. But now, guess what? I think this is the icing on the cake, right? This is the guy we need. This is the guy that can transform Arsenal. His ball carrying, his dribbles, his passes, his creativity, free kicks, long range shots. He does everything. So he takes the box. He's 27 years old. Good luck. But whatever you say, I think it's just the right guy for Arsenal. And I think we kind of have a more balanced team now, There are like 2 players on every flank. I am yet to see what will happen to Martinelli. Because I'm really thinking that, we are really stuffed now. And there was a rumor yesterday that the Saudi club came for Martinelli at 80 million. Honestly, I love Martinelli. But if anybody decides to offer 80 million or even 60 million minimum for Martinelli, I'll say let it go. Let it go. And, if you want to use that money to get a backup left wing, I don't even know how we want to do it, right? But I think anything 60 million for Martinelli would be good, because if Martinelli has a bad season now, I just think next season we might struggle to sell him for 40 million. I've not seen improvements in the last 2 seasons, right? Watch the Manchester United game. He had chances as well. So, this video is about Eze. Let's go to Eze, right? Let's leave Martinelli. But I think Eze will do well. This is a big. How sweet is this? Hijacking this deal off Tottenham. Tottenham, did you see Tottenham fans? They already had, Tottenham jerseys on Eze, number 10. Madison is injured. Kulusevski is injured. They're like, hey, and they, Nottingham Forest screwed them over Morgan Gibbs White. So you can understand them thinking, Eze was the guy to transform it, right? It would have been crazy, right? Kudus, Richarlison, and Eze on the left. But guess what? Berta had other plans, man. There are rumors that he's been talking to them secretly since June. Then the last 10 days got intent, talking to them about Eze. And Eze was always going to choose Arsenal over Tottenham anyway, because watch his videos, is his dream to play for Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. Thierry Henry is a 0. So what else do you expect? But whatever the case, I just think that hijacking this from Tottenham are in the mud. I just feel bad for them. My rivals, but I just feel bad for them. Like at this time, you think they have it all figured out, and I feel bad for the new manager, because right now, Thomas the Frank engine. I'm sure Thomas Frank would just be like, how did I get myself in this situation? Because how can you get a here we go with Morgan Gibbs White and you lost that battle, right? And now it was an almost here we go with Eze as well, and Arsenal of all clubs. This reminds me of Sol Campbell, right? That day where nobody knew what was going to happen. Arsene Wenger walked into that press conference and Sol Campbell followed. That was the captain of Tottenham. We're like, what's going on here? Sol Campbell signed for Arsenal. This is like that same deal. Eze to Arsenal. Here we go. I can't wait to have him. I can't wait to watch him, pull up those things. But you play against Crystal Palace and you're like, ooh, I just don't want this Eze in the team. Whenever you hear Eze is injured, you're happy, because this guy will dribble, he will carry the ball, he will play the shots. The last game against us, that goal was painful. Right from the corner, and he just had that out volley. Raya couldn't get it. But I'm glad he's on my side now. So it's Eze to Arsenal. Here we go. And Tottenham, it's happened again. It's happened again. What do you think of Tottenham? I'm not going to say that. Anyway, thank you guys. Please subscribe, support your boy, Abby Talk Sport. Support me, subscribe to the channel, comment, like, share with your friends, and watch out for the next video, which will come out tomorrow, which will be the week 2 preview of the Premier League. Thank you guys and have a great day. Bye. Up the Arsenal.